Hi, I'm Meg Tucker from Cook with Meg, and we are in the kitchen today making easy homemade fried rice. Easy fried rice using literally what's already in the fridge and maybe already in the pantry. Here's the recipe. This is what we always follow at Cook with Meg. So if you are in the kitchen right now, you've got your frying pan, you've got your ingredients, you've got your recipe either printed or written down or beside you on a phone or a tablet, we are going to begin. First things first, fried rice needs a frying pan. This is just a two-handed everyday pan that I love. We're going to put this on medium. I almost go like a medium to a medium high heat because we want to stir fry. And the first thing we need to do is we need to add some oil to our pan. I would say to start off at least a tablespoon. You can use any oil that you have, vegetable oil, canola oil, olive oil. Olive oil is expensive, so I always use like neutral oil. Peanut oil is amazing if you are good with that. You don't have a nut allergy. It's awesome for high heat. And I just used sesame oil, but it's the kind that you can use for high heat. We are going to talk about a different kind of sesame oil that we are using in this recipe, but we'll get to it. So frying pan, step one, oil enough to coat the bottom of our pan. And to that, we are going to add 2 stalks of green onion. You can use regular onion if you don't have green onion. You can use shallot. You can use red onion. Just use whatever onion you've got kicking around in your pantry or in your cupboards or your fridge. So a couple of stalks of green onion, fairly thinly sliced. And then we are also going to add in some peas. I said peas as I held up corn and frozen peas. In they go. I would tell you measurements because you have the recipe beside you. I usually do like 1 cup total, so about a half a cup of peas and a half a cup of corn. Maybe you have the mixed vegetables, the frozen mixed vegetables. Absolutely, that works. Maybe you're not in the frozen department, but you've got fresh. If it's summertime and you grow your own peas and grow your own corn and your onions and everything, chop them all up, get them in a frying pan with some oil, crank that heat. Let's start to hear a bit of sizzling. And I'm also going to add in a red pepper. This is part of a red pepper and part of an orange pepper. So I always say when you make fried rice, it is the perfect thing to make maybe at the end of the week. It's a great way to use up leftovers, and it's a great way to just have the whole family take a peek at what's in the produce bin of the fridge, what's in the freezer, what can you use up. So today I've got oil, green onion, peppers, corn, and peas. And we want to saute this until everything is kind of tender. And that's the key with fried rice. We don't want things to be mushy. We want it to still have texture, but we don't want it to be frozen and we don't want it to be raw. So we're building texture, we are building flavor, and you definitely want to hear that sizzle. Now, if you are at a point in your frying journey where you feel like the pan is kind of dry, you can absolutely add a little more oil. But remember, we're also going to be adding a little bit of butter. And the butter is going to make everything so, what's the word I'm looking for? Like shiny and a little slick, and it's gonna coat the rice, little granules of cooked rice. It's just gonna give flavor central. So I like to do a combination of oil and butter. And then of course, the usual suspects when it comes to fried rice, soy sauce, sesame oil, all that good stuff. Oh, and we also need a couple of eggs. So give me 1 sec. I'm gonna go grab 2 eggs out of the fridge. I'll meet you back here when we will build and finish literally finish our fried rice. Meet you back here in just a sec. We're back, and I have my eggs, 2 large eggs. If you only have one on hand, one will do, but eggs in fried rice, pull it all together. It, to me, is like the perfect meal. It could be a side dish, it could be its entire meal on its own. You're getting the protein from the eggs, you're getting all of the delicious flavor that we're going to be adding. It's already smelling absolutely amazing. So here's what it looks like. I'm gonna turn this up so you can see. There we go, we've got that bright color, and that's almost where I'm going to stop. I don't want to cook these to a point where they are mush. I don't want all of the vitamins and all the good stuff to be out of them, so I think we're good to go. I really do feel like I am good to go. What I am going to do, however, is I'm going to now add the rice, and then we are going to go ahead and we are going to add in soy sauce, sesame oil, and butter. So to our frying pan, we're gonna add about 3 cups of cooked rice. I always try, when I'm being nice and organized, I always try to say, if we're having dinner, let's say on a Thursday, make extra rice on purpose, because the rice can get used for rice pudding. Maybe you've already made that recipe. If not, it's coming. And fried rice. And I always sort of look at it initially and I think that's not enough. Like, that's maybe not enough, but it is once you get the peppers and the peas and the corn and the onion and all the other good stuff added. It is absolutely a beautiful big bowl that you can have either on its own, or maybe you pair it with egg rolls or chicken or really anything at all. All right, so cold cooked rice straight from the fridge, nothing fancy. What we're gonna do is we're just going to stir those vegetables in, because ultimately we wanna coat each vegetable, each rice grain with a little bit of that fat and a little bit of the juice from the veggies. But then watch what's going to happen. What is she doing? She's making a little center, we're gonna call it like a moat. And I'm gonna do 2 things. I'm gonna take about a half a tablespoon of butter. I'm gonna crack it right in the middle. And then we are going to crack and add 1, 2 eggs. Woo, no shells allowed. Bop, right on in. And you might be thinking, what is happening here? The cool thing about making fried rice is that you get to literally stir fry everything together. So I use the center. I get the butter broken down. I crack those yolks of the beautiful eggs, and I just sort of start spinning everything in the middle. Butter, egg, a couple of peas are getting trapped. That's okay. We are cooking the egg in the middle. We're scrambling it, and then we're gonna actually start to move the rice on and around and in and over. And the heat from the pan plus the heat from the veggies and the heat from the rice are going to cook that egg. And again, the smell is out of this world already. So we're gonna let that cook. And a really fun part at this stage is we're gonna just sort of press down the entire pan. I want you to use your spatula. Can you see what I'm doing? I am literally doing this. We're pressing everything down, woo, hi, jumping rice, into one layer. And you might think, but Meg, isn't that going to burn the bottom? The answer to this is no. But what it is doing is it's starting to almost caramelize that bottom layer. The best part about fried rice is when you get those little crunchy bits of pan goodness, and that's partially what's happening here. So we're gonna cook that rice in one layer. We're gonna disturb it here in a sec, but for now, we're just gonna let it cook Again, medium to medium-high heat. We are seeing the steam come up and through. So now we kind of want to get into the soy sauce department. And I have two kinds here. This one happens to be mushroom flavored. So we're going to go in with about a teaspoon. And then I have, regular soy sauce. And I'm going to go in again with maybe another couple teaspoons. Essentially what we're looking for here is about 2 to 3 tablespoons total. So, yes, look at that. We're getting the little bits on the bottom. I would say that's probably plenty of soy. You can't take it away, but you can certainly add more. So don't start right off the bat with too much. We'll do a couple teaspoons at a time. This is looking rich and dark. Now my soy sauce, that first one I used, is very dark in color. So I am likely fine with this, but I want you to kind of get it tinted and then we're gonna start to taste it. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add another little cube, 2 more little cubes of butter. So in total, I like my fried rice to have about 1 to 2 tablespoons of butter added. It just makes it shiny. It really adds beautiful, creamy, salty flavor. So just let that melt through. And then almost at the very end, the last thing I add is actual pure sesame oil. And I would just go ahead and add just a couple drizzles, like not even a teaspoon. Again, you'll see on your recipe. Finishing oil, that's kind of what sesame oil is. It's a great oil to help finish the dish. It doesn't like a lot of heat, so the sesame oil is pretty much the last thing you can do. I just turned my burner off. You saw how fast that came together. Burner is now completely off. This looks unbelievable. I want to give it a taste. I'm excited. Does it have enough seasoning? Does it have, we didn't even add pepper. Does it need pepper? Does it need salt? Does it need more soy? Does it need more butter or oil? It looks really good. So let's take a taste. It's very hot. That's a home run. It doesn't need one thing. Maybe a little pepper. Wow. Ooh, if you have sesame seeds, shake a few sesame seeds on top. That, my friends, is the easiest pan of fried rice you will ever make. I want to show it to you. Plenty here for everybody. Spread it out. I'm going to bring this up so you can see. Look at that. The smells are absolutely heavenly. The vegetables still have a pop. If I were to reach in and grab a little pea, it still pops. It's still bright. Nothing is mushy. We got the whole thing pulled together in under 10 minutes. And there you have it, fried rice. It'll even get better the longer it hangs out. So I'm making this right now and we're having it tonight. So by my clock, it's gonna sit for 2 or 3 hours and I don't need to put it in the fridge. It's got lots of heat. Pop a lid on this, just let it hang out. Let those flavors come together. I hope that you enjoy making easy fried rice. This was fun. Don't forget to clean your kitchen. We like a clean kitchen at Cook with Meg. We do try to clean as we go. And for more of me, cookwithmeg.com. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful meal. We will see you next time in the kitchen. And remember, always remember, we are awesome.